Hey, good morning, everyone. It's January 20th, 2021. Today's mark the day that America stepped back to the way it was in 2016. I can say, to me, it's a sad day for America. We rather build and contribute to the coffer that we spend, that we send money around the world. We send food around the world to help the entire world. But we won't be able to do that unless we manufacture, we produce, we ship products, we sell products across the country. So yesterday, actually late last night, early, they called it the Inauguration Eve of Joe Biden. And so the stunt he pulled last night to commemorate, they call it, he said it, to mourn the death of the virus victim, the Wuhan virus victim. So the count, well, is a lot of dispute so far, but the count up to about 400,000 American pass away. That's a big number. That's sad. That's a big number. But we call them as a victim of the unfortunate death for sure. But if we are to call those Americans as victims, then let's proceed with procedural or with legal actions against those people that brought that many deaths, right? First start out where the virus came from and where it could have been prevented, but it didn't. The government of that country did not. So let's talk about it, right? So Wuhan virus started where? Wuhan, China. And according to reports, the virus started early part of December or maybe late November 2019. That's why I call COVID-19 appropriately. It's just a variation of a SARS type virus. So it's attacked the respiratory system. But I will leave the details out because I'm not a medical expert. But so just let's talk about that. Right? Early part of December or late November of 2019. So China knows about it. But China did literally nothing to prevent the spread of it. They falsely reported to the WHO, and the WHO in turn did not didn't do its job, send expert over to the area where it's supposed to be investigating the spread. Investigating the source and implement procedures to prevent the spread of the virus. So let's prosecute those people. Now, when America got the news, the first few days it was it's okay. But near the end of January, that's when we start reacting to it. And President Trump implemented the travel ban from China, many major cities from China. At that time, the opposing force, I call them now, including some Republicans, but mostly Democrats, including Nancy Pelosi, including Joe Biden, and Kamala Harris, they all came out in droves, accusing the president of xenophobia. His travel ban is this, is that, xenophobia, anti-immigration, or whatever else. But now they are talking about they will shut down the entire country. But that's not xenophobia. That's not anti-immigration at all. So let's prosecute those people. Yeah. The president was implementing travel ban, and they came out against it. They label him with such a disgraceful term. terms. And this didn't do anything to help. They're encouraging the oppositions, of course. And then the deep state medical expert, very political motivated, came out giving an advice. No, you mask. No, we don't have to use mask. Mask is not effective. Oh yeah, we have to use mask now. Mask is very effective. At the time, mask was shortage, was in high demand, and there wasn't enough mask to go around. So people say, oh, don't use mask. And then once that said, oh, let's use mask. And then they start shutting down the economy. And the impact of this COVID, for sure, you can see that it's real term, is real life, is lives lost, for sure. But the impact of mitigating this risk have yet to be seen, right? Many years to come. Psychologically affect, loss of revenues, loss of retirements. Many people plan to retire this year. Last year, 2020, literally lost their saving, their investment. The shutdown of the travel industries, shutdown of the economies, caused many companies to go belly up, to go belly up. A lot of small companies, even oil industry, they shut down because there's no consumption of gasoline. There's no consumption of diesel for ship, for airplane. I didn't say there isn't, but there isn't enough to sustain operations. So some refinery actually shut down. And that is the impact that, many families, the real impact. All right? So the policy that we implement, actually that's will be impact for many, maybe my lifetime and then my kids' lifetime. With all these things that we have to put on our faces, and as a human, we evolve. It takes many years, many millions of years to evolve. The way that we breathe, how much oxygen we intake, unobstructed, right? Nose. Now that you're walking around, you see kids wearing masks, and for sure it's to be impacting. It will physiology is will change, right? That's what our body is doing to evolve, to make it appropriate to the environment. So the impact will be seen. But talking about infections, sure, this virus is infectious, but it's not to the point that that's not to the point that compared to other social infections, I call social infectious disease, such as false information, such as blatant ignorance of the facts, the news that we as people should know. I couldn't believe it. 2020 and 2021, we are dealing with limitations of informations. Yet we have so much leftist ideology spewing around that it's much more infectious. It's much more deadly. There's not a single disease that kills millions, hundreds of millions of people. But leftist ideology kills millions and millions of people. Right? Look at China. Look at Vietnam. Look at Pol Pot. Pol Pot single-handedly, in few years, killed more than 2 million Cambodians. China after the revolutions, and until 1979, closely estimated 80 million people died. Of course, the Soviet bloc, of course, leftists in Central America, South America, and then even now Cuba. So that is more deadly, but we don't do anything to control it. But yet here, a virus that you won't get it, you stand 6 feet away. That's according to the medical expert. But we need to put this thing on right here, this ridiculous things in there. And they said it's to help your neighbor. And we call this as deadly. And yesterday, Joe Biden came out and mourns the death of 400,000 people. Yet, the policy he and Obama implement so far that affects millions of people. You see how information, how words are playing? And that's not talking about, the elections, how people are voting, how dead people are voting, but that's beside the point. So today, I want to commemorate the death of free market, the infringement of people's rights, fundamental rights. Second Amendment is at risk. Freedom of speech is already at risk. You think about it, right? If they can censor the President of the United States, that's very much it. While you enjoy the protections of the government, so the government effectively giving big tech company the power to censor people. The government doesn't do it itself, but they give protections to big tech company that censor America, censor the people who grant the government the power. How sad is that? So today is the day that honor mark the death of free market, because regulation is so much that it will kill free market here in America. Everything will cost a lot higher because of regulations. And then Second Amendment right. And then equal justice under the law is very much gone. Antifa, BLM can go harass, can go destroy people's lives, people's properties at will, and they got arrested, put in jail for a day, and then got released by some jackass judge or DA refused to prosecute. Yet here is law-abiding citizen go protest, step over the boundary, broke the law, but is that enough? Do we treat them the same? No. Got jail, outrageously high bail bonds set. So that's sad day in America. So Biden has indicated that he will undo a lot of these the Trump's actions, including to the travel bans that the president has used the list from Obama. President Trump has used the list from Obama's administration to implement the ban. So they're gonna go and undo a lot of the job killings actions, such as talking about the Keystone Pipeline, as well as a lot of these drilling. So we have become the number one oil producer in the world. We're going to go back to importing foreign oils and depending on them for oil. And of course, once you depend on somebody for something, especially critical commodity like oil, you'll be listening to their policy. You'll be kind of like kowtow to their actions. So with that, I'll leave you with the rest of your day. Hopefully your day goes better. But my day will go. I'll still live. But sad part is that I won't be able to say the same for my children, or for our children, for our future generations. There is no way a country can effectively function with so much burden of regulations the way that they are planning to unleash on America. So anyway, you have a great day, okay? Take care of your family, take care of everybody. And until next video, have a great Wednesday. It's a hump day, right? It's a hump day, yeah. Hey, take care, guys. Bye-bye. Hoorah, hoorah.